Hello everyone, this is a beginner's guide to 3D modeling in Solidworks. If this is your first time using Solidworks, I highly recommend watching the Solidworks beginner tutorial linked in the description. Let's get started. First, we will create a new part document and then make a square. Converting a 2D sketch into a 3D model is pretty easy. Just click on the Features tab and then select the Extruded Boss Base feature. Now you will see a preview of the model. We can change it according to our design. A cube will be good. Now we have 6 new planes and we can sketch on any of them. To sketch on a plane, just select the plane and sketch. Let's make a square in its center. Mine is already in the center, but if yours is not in the center, then use relations. Now we will use the extruded cut feature, which will make a cut in the model. We can also change its distance or up to the next vertex, plane, etc. The next feature is fillet, which curves the edges. Select the edge, then fillet type, constant size, variable size, face or full rounded fillet. You can also select all the edges by selecting the plane, then done. Let's remove the fillet for now. Below the fillet, you will see the chamfer feature, which converts the edges into slopes. Select the edge and type angle distance, distance, vertex, offset face or face. Similarly, you can select all the edges by selecting the plane. Mostly, angle distance and distance chamfer are used. In design tree, you will see the material, which is not specified. From here, you can select the material of your model, or you can also create your custom material. You will see the properties of that material like elastic modulus, Poisson's ratio, tensile strength, etc. And you can also change the units. After applying the material, your model will change. Now you can see its properties by selecting mass properties in the Evaluate tab. Here you will find mass, density, volume, center of mass and many more properties of the model. These properties change based on the material. Let's talk a little more about the design tree. We can see the original sketch by clicking on this symbol. We can also edit the sketch by clicking on Edit Sketch. Let's increase the side length to 120. Then exit the sketch. And now our model is also modified based on the sketch. This line is used to roll features. You can use it to see how a model is created. You can also hide a feature by right-clicking and selecting Hide. You can also see parent-child relationships by right-clicking on a feature. Parents are the entities used to create the feature, like how we made Boss Extrude using Sketch 1, the top plane, and the origin. Children are the entities created using the feature, like Sketch 2, Cut Extrude, and Chamfer. Now, let's explore some more complex features. I will create a random model to explain upcoming features. I created a rectangle on this plane of the model and want to extrude it until the curve in front. Select the Extruded Boss Base feature, and to make the curve, we will use AND conditions. When we increase the length, the shape goes through the curve. We will use up to next, and now it is curved. These conditions are very handy when making complex models. The next feature is Resolved Boss Base. I created a semicircle and by selecting an axis of revolution, which in my case is its diameter, this automatically creates a sphere of that radius. You can also change the AND conditions of the angle. By using a rectangular plane, I can create a cylinder. The opposite of revolved boss base is a revolved cut, which cuts the material about an axis of revolution. For the cylinder, I will select the front plane and draw a square. Let's move it to the midpoint of the side line. Now, we will make its axis of revolution using a construction line. Then, use the revolved cut feature. The next feature is Swept Boss Base, for which I made 2 sketches in 2 different planes. One is the U shape, which will be the path, and the other is an ellipse, which will be our sketch profile. Select the feature, then select the profile and path. As you can see, it made the sketch profile shape on the path. I should have placed the ellipse at the corner, but no worries, I can simply extrude it and this will be the shape when you place the ellipse on the corner. The opposite of swept boss base is swept cut. To show this, I will sketch a circle on the plane of the ellipse. Now select the feature, then select the circle as profile and the U shape as path. If you don't see the previous sketch, right click on it and select show. As you can see, our model now has a circular cavity through the path. The next command is reference geometry, which is used to create planes, axes, coordinate systems, points, center of mass, bounding boxes, and mate references. The most useful feature is the reference plane. Suppose I want to create a cuboidal cavity on top of this model, but there is no plane there. In that case, I will use this feature to create a plane. To make a plane, I have to select references. Let's select this surface and the curved surface. It has created a new plane perpendicular to the surface. To shift it on top, I will select parallel. You will also see a message that our plane is fully defined. Now, let's sketch a rectangle, then extrude cut, and see that our cuboidal cavity is created. There are 7 ways of creating a reference plane: 3 points, a line and a point, 2 lines, other planes, a plane and a line, a plane and a point, and a plane and a curve. The next feature is a bit complex, so I have made 4 different sketches in 4 different planes. Select the lofted boss base feature, then select all these shapes as profiles, and you are done. It will create a 3D model based on those profiles. Now, to guide the model, we will select the top plane. Let's hide all these planes and create random lines to connect each shape. These may look connected, but they are not. Select the point and shape, then select piers to connect them. Let's mirror these lines and also pierce them. Now, while using lofted boss base feature, select those lines as guided curves and see how the model changes based on these lines. The opposite of lofted boss base feature is lofted cut. To show it, let's create a circle on the circular plane and a pentagon on the pentagon plane. Now select the feature, then select the profile, and you are done. This will create a cavity like this. You can also use guided lines for this as well. And this is what its cross section will look like. This was the complete beginner's guide to 3D modeling in Solidworks. Although there are a few additional features, they are rarely used and easy to master once you understand the basics outlined in this guide. If you have any problem, then feel free to leave a comment below. See you in the next one.